Hey guys, what's up? This is Chris with RC Madness, and this is a review of my Traxxas X Maxx. So I've had this for maybe a week or two now, and I absolutely love it. Let me just start out by saying that this is probably one of, maybe it's the top, but this is one of the funnest RCs I've ever used. Granted, I'm sure there's other ones that are even more of a blast than this, but I've just had a ton of fun with this truck. And this is still bone stock. Let me start off by saying that what makes this truck the best, or in my personal opinion, one of the best, is the three top things. One, it's big. It's actually super big. If you look, here is a Team Losi 22 2.0, and there that is in front of it. And as you can see, it doesn't even compare. For another example of how big it is, here is my Summit. My Summit is very big. There it is in front of the X Maxx. As you can see, it just doesn't even compare. So, not only is it big, but it's brushless. The Summit I love. It's one of my favorite RCs. I love crawling with it. I love doing all that stuff with it, but it's not brushless. But then again, I wouldn't want it to be brushless, only because I like the brush for crawling. For this thing, I would want it to be brushless, and it is brushless, so that's another reason. The third reason is it's durable. This is one of my favorite RCs because of those three things: big, brushless, and durable. How durable? 30-foot jump, landing on the top, hitting a steel pole, full speed, tons of things. It is a durable truck. I have broken stuff on this, and I will later show you in the video what that is, and I will also show you what to do to prevent some things from breaking. Easy fixes, don't cost you really anything, maybe $5, $10 to do, but it will save some things. So I'm going to go over that as well. So, for the review, I'm going to go over that stuff, and I'm just going to tell you what I think and how I like it. So let me first off start by saying that it's brushless, so you're going to want to run some big batteries in it. The batteries I'm running, and these are actually taped up because I had a huge wreck with this yesterday, and I broke some stuff on it, and I actually was able to break a hard case light bill. That's like one of my first times breaking it, but it's all good. So this is an SPC 6500 milliamp, 11.1 3-cell SPC light bill. This is a 65C light bill, and I love it. It's a huge light bill. Here's a normal standard 2-cell pack right here, and you can see it's got a good height difference to it, but you want to run these. So I'm running 2 of these in the X Maxx, and it loves it. It's got plenty of run time, plenty of power, and it's just an awesome setup. So there's the light boost. Now, here's the truck. Let's get into the truck. So, you can see, it's got these huge tires on here. The tires are awesome. I actually really, really like these tires, and this is still completely stock. These are the stock tires, stock body, stock everything. They have not really even come out with any upgrade tires for this. Then again, I wouldn't really want them. I love these tires. They've got nice treads on them. They wear nicely. As you can see, I've got a little bit of wear on there, nothing major. And I've done a lot of road running with this as well. I love these tires. So, the body. The body is also very cool. The body I have beat the heck out of. I've literally hit this thing dead on. I took it to my friend's house. We took it off this jump that we made. It got like 30 foot of air, maybe 10, 15 feet high, and landed directly on the body. And it's still fine. The body is cracked up in a few places, and I'm going to show you how to prevent that and what I will do when I buy a new body just to keep that from happening, and a few other things. So I'm going to go over that as well. So for the body, the first thing you can do is these 4 screws right here. As you can see, these are very rusty, and that is one of the upgrades I suggest doing. It's just my personal preference. I do it on most of my RCs. I just love the way the stainless steel screws look and the way they perform, and you don't have rusty screws. Some guys complain about stripping them out. I've never really had that problem as long as you use the right screwdrivers and whatnot. So the first thing I would do to the body, just to prevent damage to it, is I would get some big washers and put them behind these screws. I didn't know that, and I actually read on the Traxxas forum that some guys on eBay are actually making special washers, and they're making them black for this, which I would love to get those, but no really big point now that it's this body's all beat to heck. So get some big washers, put them behind those. Because what happens is when this thing is really hitting hard, it will actually rip those out. And I had that happen twice, where it just ripped the body right off of those screws. The screws did not come out. The body just came right off, and it ripped the holes. So the bigger washers prevents that from ripping. And if you do that before you rip the holes, then it's got to rip through an even bigger hole. It's got to rip more rather than less. So that's the first thing I would do to the body. The second thing I would do, and this is just from my experience and running, you may not have the same experience as I do, but I had a big problem with this back of the body breaking up. As you can see, I've got all kinds of glue and stuff all over the back of that, but that's because I didn't do this first, and it ended up breaking. So I'm going to take the body off and let you see the inside. As you can see, there's drywall tape in there. I used the method, and I've never done this before, and I did it for this, and it works amazing. I'm really happy with how it works, and I'm actually going to do it to prevent cracking on my new body once I get that. So what you do, you take some shoe goo, and the shoe goo is, let me find that and show it to you. Hold on one second. So here's your shoe goo. You take some of this, and I actually used most of this bottle on just this little section, but you take your shoe goo, you put a thin layer on there. Then you take some drywall tape. This is just regular drywall tape. You put that over it. And you got to get your hands dirty unless you wear gloves, but you put that on there and you rub it down. Next, you take some more shoe goo and you go over the outside of it, and you do that for all of this. The front body, I've not had any problem cracking on. To harden up these fender flares a little bit, I went ahead and put some there and there. But other than that, the front of the body has no problems. The back, however, does crack up really well. The top is wearing behind this, but it's not too big of a deal. As long as it doesn't crack, I'm fine with it. So you do that, you rub it all in, and then you let it dry. Then you can even put some all around here just to prevent it. It adds a little bit of weight, but it's no major deal, and it doesn't really affect it too bad. So that would be a great thing to prevent cracking on your body. So that's what I did to my body to keep that the best it is. Other than that, the body I have no complaints with. It's an awesome, awesome body. It's got the built-in cage to it. It works really well. So now let's get into the truck. The truck really has no problems with it. I have beat the heck out of this thing, and I've had nothing break except for two things that broke yesterday, and that I believe any RC would have broken on. I actually hit a steel pole going full speed. I was on a gravel trail, lost control, and just smacked into it, and I broke some things. But the truck was still able to drive back to me. So I will show you that in a second. So as for upgrading things on this truck, I don't really see the need. I know a lot of guys have said that they're going to do the shock caps because they've had problems with those, but I've yet to have that, and for what I've done with it, I probably would just put the plastic ones back on because they have withstood so much stuff. So the biggest upgrade that I'm doing on it so far, and I know for a lot of my RCs that I just go ahead and upgrade them right away rather than wait. This one I'm going to wait, and I'm just going to replace it with upgrades as it breaks. But nothing is broken yet, and I don't really plan on it breaking. The first upgrade I did buy, however, is the stainless screws. As you can see, they are all rusting very badly, and I really hate the look of rust. So I went ahead and picked up the stainless screws. I put my two batteries right here. They work great. This battery tray is awesome. I really like that. Just snaps in there, pulls out. Really, really awesome battery tray. But other than that, I would not upgrade anything. The one thing I am going to do is I'm going to put a fan here. I've not had any overheating problems with this at all, but I just like to keep everything as cool as possible. And if that stays very cool, then I could put up my gears a little bit. My friend is running an 18-tooth pinion, and I might do that eventually as well, but I want to get a fan before I do that. So, as for stuff that's broken, I did yesterday break the front bulkhead. As you can see, that is all cracked in there, and that is when I hit the pole. That was a stupid mistake. I was sort of just fooling around just to see what it could do on the trail, but I was not planning on hitting the pole. Well, smacked into it, and I regret doing that now. But I did break that, and I am going to replace that. And when that hit, something is like grinding or something in there that I got to figure out. So I'm going to figure that out as well, too. As for the other thing that broke, let me put this to a new angle and show you in just a second. So, as for the other thing that broke, it's on this side, and you can see the shaft is still fine. That shaft is an awesome shaft, but you can see my outdrive right there. Let me see if I can somehow show that to you. But you can see that thing just split right in half. That is actually very impressive. I've never had that happen before, and I was really, really surprised that that's what would have broken. But the drive shaft isn't even bent. The CVD, I mean, isn't even bent. And it's got no cracks in it. So I'm really impressed that that's all that broke. So it's not a huge fix, and I'm not going to upgrade it. There's no need to. It's steel. It should not break again. Not planning to hit any metal poles anytime soon. So no big deal on that. I'm just going to replace that as well. And other than that, the truck has been a beast. I've had no problems with it at all. This thing is by far one of my favorite RCs that I ever have had. And I'm definitely going to keep it around for a while. So, thanks for watching, guys. Please like, subscribe, and comment below. There will be more videos soon coming. And I'm actually thinking about doing an upgrade video just on some minor things that I'm going to do. And I will be going over that soon. So, thanks for watching, guys. Later.